Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I am the Inconsequential Runner and I'm going to share a thought with you. Now hear me out. I want to get your thoughts on this thought. We need to put an inside lane on the track. Yeah, you're thinking track and field. We're talking the 400-meter track. We need an inside lane on it, at least for the finishing straight. Hear me out. Here we go. Here's why. Because if you can imagine someone coming off the bend and others being ready to gas it past them, so we've got an all-out sprint for the finish. When you've got someone hugging the inside track, the rail, then there's only a chance to pass on the outside and people can get boxed in. But if you can imagine someone coming off from around the bend and the whole track opens up, so that person who comes off first around the bend does have the advantage because they've got the straighter line that they can run, the shorter distance. But with having an inside lane on the track, bear with me. With having an inside lane on the track, that means people can pass on the left or the right. No, yes, I should have said the left or the right. Maybe I said that. I don't know, but both sides. Yes, if the person wants to continue that comes around the bend first to hug the rail, they can go to the left. But what it means is they can keep a straight line and people aren't boxed in. It's an all-out sprint. Everybody, more people can find a bit of room to get to the finish line. Now, I'd go a step further. I'd say put an inside lane down the back straight too. That's getting probably a little bit too much for most of us. And of course, there'd have to be some rules that if you go on the inside lane and you come back, you can't impede anyone. Otherwise, you're out. But if we think back to, and there's been so many incidences, but let me use a big one that most of you might know about. And that is Mary Decker and Zola Budd, and the clash that occurred there. And Mary Decker landed on the inside of the track. Boom, you know the story. As soon as you step on the inside, you're out. Which, by the way, is that is so harsh. For someone, and I'm not talking about Mary Decker now, I'm talking about anyone who finds themselves accidentally putting one foot on the inside of the track. To do all that training in an event, you might get tripped from in front, from behind, nudged from the side, and then all of a sudden your race is over. I mean, come on, track and field, that's way too brutal. That's ridiculous. Where is that chariots of fire moment where someone lands on the ground, maybe on the inside of the track, gets back up and joins the race and ends up winning it? I saw it in the movies. It must be true. Come on, let's make it happen. Anyway, let's get back to it. So, having an inside lane on the straightaways on both sides of the track might be a bit too much for you. And I get that. But at least for the finish. So essentially, someone effectively, when they come off the bend, they're effectively in lane 2. They're not traveling any further, but it means there's options to the left and the right to overtake. So you see an all-out sprint. That's it. I'm pitching it. And if you don't know about Mary Decker and Zola Budd, look it up. It's all over YouTube. 1984, wasn't that long ago. It was massive. That was probably one of the 3 big things in those Olympics. I was going to say 2. I'm going to say 3. Because then you had the guy in the jetpack come into the stadium and you had Ferguson and McDonald in the canoeing picking up golds. Come on. Los Angeles, 1984. All right, that's it. Just think about it. An inside lane on the running track. Imagine that. Brilliant. It won't affect your training. You just run straight. No problems. But there's an inside lane if someone needs to step on it to find a bit of extra room, and away you go. And yes, we've got to reverse the rule. If someone falls over, if you step on the inside of the track and you fall over, so you're stationary and you have to get back up, why can't you rejoin the race? What's the drama? What's the advantage? Okay. All right. At least in Formula One, no, that's it. I was going to say bye. At least in Formula One, if you cut a chicane and you get an advantage, you just have to give the place back. Why not something like that? Anyway, don't make the sport so brutal where if someone steps off, they're over. Anyway. Anyway, inside lane on the track. Not that I got boxed in the other night, I didn't. But it would make for better sprint finishes. And people won't be so concerned about getting boxed in because there'll be options at least in that last 100 meters. That's it. That's my thought. What have we got coming up? We've got videos from Coach Mark following this one. And I'm going to be looking at testing some gels. So let me know if there's any gels you want me to test. And it's not just the flavor and how they work with your body, but are the packages recyclable? What's the plastic? You know, is it spitting out any plastic as you rip it, you tear it, or does it tear right? How much weight is it? What is the sugar content? All the sorts of things that you want to know about gels. I'm not going to, cover off too many gels, but if there's one you want me to test, throw it in the comments below. That's it. Hit like, hit subscribe, all the basics, or don't. And either way, I will catch you in the next one. In the next one, it'll be Coach Mark and I. Catch you later.